Now that we have our Neo4j graph database installed, it's time to write some Cypher queries. Again, Cypher is the query language of the Neo4j graph database. And now we will answer some real-world use cases. And by using this movie database we just imported, we just created. So before jumping to writing Cypher queries, I would like to discuss something very quick. Here, as you can see, the name of our graph database is called as graph.db. And again, this is now up and running, the database, just for reminding, as you can see, the server that we're running. And here you can just go to this link as I did here, all right? So again, I wanna create a database from scratch with this different name. So how can I do that? Just go to your folder and you will see the data directory, and under the data directory, the databases, go under this directory and you will see that graph db folder. That's actually the folder is coming by default if you install a Neo4j graph database. So, and under here there are many files which includes your data as well, and don't touch it. Okay, so let's try to create a database called movie. All right, so you just go back to your main directory and go under the conf directory, and here open up this neo4j.conf file, okay, on Notepad. So I opened up in Notepad++. So in the first line, you will see here the name of the database to mount, and it's by default, it's actually commented, and so that's like that's by default, and still we can run our graph.db database. But what we can do is just comment out and change this, for example, to movie. All right, and save it. And so this we made the change in the settings file. And before stopping our server, we have to stop our server. In other words, restart our server. But before that, let's get the codes about the movie graph. So it says create graph. Next, so I just want to, so here we go. I don't want to lose these Cypher queries here, and I'm just going to copy and paste to this notepad so that I can reuse it, because I will lose these. I may lose all this information once I restart my browser. So come here and click Ctrl+C to stop it. So now I stopped my graph database, and then now let's restart it, saying Neo4j console. Again, we have our database named as movie. So you see now it says reconnecting, and here it says starting. So our database server is now starting. So once it starts, now we will see something else. So it's already gone here, as you can see, and the database will be definitely empty. So okay, I didn't even have to refresh the page, it did it by itself. So as you can see, there is an empty database, but I have now the movie.db database. So now I can use this database, I can work on this database to generate my database. So there you go. Yeah, I was thinking to refresh the page, so I thought I might lose the data, but here you go. So what we can do now is actually we can run this, all right, all these Cypher queries, which will be generating our movie database. So here it says, for example, the create, right? The create a matrix movie. So we will be talking about more in detail of all these queries, but just for a quick note, what we're doing here is with the create, we're generating a new node called movie. Movie here is the label. It's the label, and this is just the name that we're giving the representing the movie label, the movie node here. And here we have properties like title of the movie, the release date of the movie, and the tagline of the movie. And we have also some other type of nodes. So this was called the movie node, or we can say label and a person label here. Like the whole here, what we're doing is we are creating a node, all right? Like here, person node. But this itself is called label. Same here, this is known as movie label. But again, here we're creating a new node, a movie node. It basically represents one single data point, all right? And here you can see different type of syntax of create, and we also have like here the relationships like Kinu acted in the matrix, and along we also have here the property of this relationship. So the relationships can also have properties. So just run this now. Now we're generating a new database with all these nodes, with all these data points and with their relationships. So yeah, we have generated here, for example, here Tom Hanks acted in The Green Mile, and here we have also another relationship as directed is another relationship pointing to itself to the Green Mile movie. So the blue one or turquoise, it's blue color turquoise is representing the movie. You can also see some descriptive information on the bottom, and here this is the person, remember we talked about, and again same with this, the orange ones are representing the person nodes. So now since we have our database installed, you can also see from the left side we have the movie and person labels and the relationships, acted in, directed, follows, reviewed, wrote, and produced, and those properties of those node labels and relationships. So let's type some queries. All right. What we can do now is just delete these, and now let's answer some real-world use cases. For example, retrieve all the movies. All right, all the movies. So retrieving all the movies actually means like getting all the movie nodes. So if you're saying match and then movie return M. So again, this is the label to retrieve some information. We're starting with match, and within parentheses we are actually putting the movie here, the label, and it's represented by its aliases. So which is here the name represented by lowercase m, and we're returning m, meaning we're returning the nodes, all those movie nodes. All right. Let's run this, and you will see that we have returned all those movies that we want to retrieve. And so, for example, Apollo 13, okay, and what else, like here, another one, well, this is, yeah, Apollo 13, this is Johnny Mnemonic, Sleepless, and so on. So we have different movies now, all those movies. What if I would like to just get the title of those movies? All right, those are the nodes. Again, we are retrieving all the nodes, but what I'm interested in now is just getting the titles. What I can do here is just type m.title. So it already shows me, and if you click on it, so now I'm retrieving only the titles here. All right. So again, we have 38 records, the same number of nodes, movie nodes. And I could have, like, with comma separated, having different properties saying like released. So now we will have also the release dates of those movies in a tabular format, right?